Yeah, day 4, went out there and threw 3 TDs. 3! I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. My dog went out there and just stood up in that paint.
Day 4 of Browns training camp in the books, and today was the day. Today we finally had a chance to see some touchdowns thrown during the red zone drills, and Shedeur actually had a really nice play on that one, maybe the play of the day.
This man is the most consistent quarterback on that roster, bro. Hands down.
Can you believe day 4 of Browns training camp just turned into an NFL earthquake, and Shedeur Sanders was the one who set it off? 3 touchdowns, a laser show under pressure, and 1 ruthless takeover that left Dillon Gabriel invisible and Deshaun Watson sweating. Call it a stunt if you want, but what Sanders did wasn't hype. It was a hostile QB takeover in broad daylight.
I like Shedeur Sanders. I think he's good. I like him more than Jackson Dart. I may be in the minority. I'll get to the Giants pick. I mean, I like him. I would have drafted him if I needed a quarterback. I think he's bigger than people think. I think he's got good mechanics. I think he's super accurate.
The second Shedeur Sanders took the field, everything shifted. There was no warm-up phase, no rookie nerves, just immediate control. His first throw didn't ease into the day. It sliced right between 2 defenders, hitting his tight end on a route that demanded perfect timing. That's not something you expect from a first-year quarterback. That's something you expect from a starter.
He really understands not only offensive football, but he understands what you're doing as a defense, so he'll pick you apart that way. He processes quickly. Like, all those things to me are big-time attributes.
And that was just the beginning. Touchdown 1 came off a play-action boot. A linebacker was in his face before he even turned, but Shedeur stayed calm, reset, and found a receiver dragging across the back of the end zone. Then came the second, a high fade against man coverage. One of the toughest throws in the book, and Shedeur dropped it in with perfect touch, like he'd been doing it for years. Let's have a look of his throws. The third touchdown? That one sealed it. The pocket collapsed, defenders swarmed, and Shedeur stepped into the pressure and fired a slant straight through traffic. No bailout, no breakdown, just a bullet for 6. Now, if you're still thinking this was just a lucky hot streak, let's talk about what really matters, the red zone. Because anyone can look good in their 20s. But inside the red zone, that's where quarterbacks either step up or fall apart. And Shedeur, he didn't just handle it, he owned it.
The 4th day of training camp, and once again, Shedeur Sanders does what he does. 4-way competition. This 5th round draft pick is in full effect. He is so far ahead of the competition. He is so much better.
8 completions on 11 reps, 3 touchdowns, and 0 panic. And this wasn't playground stuff. These were tight windows, fast reads, collapsing pockets, all the things that usually chew rookies up. But Shedeur handled it like a vet. One throw stood out big time. He went through 3 reads, waited for a linebacker to shift, and then zipped a low dart to his tight end right at the pylon. And more importantly, it was smart.
And Shedeur actually had a really nice play on that one, maybe the play of the day, arguably the play of the day, where he found Luke Floria on sort of this crossing route across the field for 6, caught it, took it upfield for a touchdown as he beat the defender, took it upfield for a touchdown as he beat the defender. Nice ball there, nice movement in the pocket from Shedeur on the play.
What was really impressive, though, was the way he ran the offense. He wasn't just out there reacting, he was directing. He was speeding up the pace, adjusting routes mid-huddle, keeping everything locked in. It didn't feel like they were testing him. It felt like he was in charge. And let's be honest, when a rookie walks into red zone drills and starts finishing drives while everyone else is still figuring out the playbook, that's not luck, that's leadership.
That guy was one of the best quarterbacks in this rookie class last year, so I don't worry about what the evaluators say about Shedeur Sanders. I think the guy is a big-time player.
You could see it in the little things. Shedeur wasn't just running plays, he was leading the offense. From correcting routes to locking eyes with his O-line, he set the tone like a veteran. And even though he was working with backups, he elevated everyone around him. After practice, he stayed behind, grinding out extra reps, not for show, but because that's just who he is.
Shedeur!
that's exactly why this next part hit like a bomb inside the building, because it wasn't just fans who noticed the shift. The coaches did too. Midway through practice, reps started moving. Quietly, without announcement, Dillon Gabriel's workload dropped, and Shedeur started lining up with the first-team defense. And the stunt? Shedeur didn't just pass it, he flipped the entire depth chart conversation on its head.
You guys can clearly see Shedeur Sanders in action, rolls out, you know what I'm saying? They try to say that Shedeur Sanders cannot move outside the pocket, and as you guys can see.
And what made it even more ridiculous was who Shedeur was doing it with. These weren't WR1s or first-string weapons. He was still stuck with backup receivers, yet still putting up better drives than guys working with the starters. And then, by day 5, that changed too. Shedeur started taking reps with guys like Amari Cooper. And guess what? That chemistry clicked immediately. Deep crossing routes, back shoulder fades, perfectly timed sideline darts. Cooper didn't need to say a word. His body language said it all. It's a quiet, subtle sign of respect from a veteran who knows exactly what a real QB looks like.
Because I don't see a quarterback better than me. Okay. I don't see a quarterback that went through as much adversity as me. That done.
And if this QB takeover has you hooked like the rest of us, don't just sit there. Hit subscribe, drop your take, and stay locked in for what happens next. What Shedeur did in the film room mattered just as much as what he did on the field. When the coaches paused the tape on a blown blitz, Shedeur was the first to speak, breaking down the coverage, the mistake, and the solution like a veteran. That was the moment he proved he wasn't just making plays. He understood the game at a level that earned instant respect.
How much time everybody has to spend together is about relationships overall, so I don't want any memories of me, being negative or being mad at any situation that happened.
That was the turning point. The moment Shedeur stopped being the rookie with promise and became the quarterback with command. While Watson looked shaky and Gabriel played it safe, Shedeur consistently elevated the team, and even ownership took notice. But now, GM Andrew Berry's carefully built plan is unraveling, as a fifth-round rookie hijacks the depth chart and sparks a quarterback uprising fueled by fans and undeniable performance. By day 5, chants for Shedeur broke out during drills. TikTok clips of his throws were pulling six-figure views. A local radio poll showed 61% of fans want him starting week 1, more than double the support for Watson. This isn't hype, it's pressure, and it's public. The media's already on it. ESPN sent a producer to Cleveland. Social media is flooding with breakdowns of his reads, his footwork, his red zone precision. And inside that locker room, players see what fans see. They know when someone's real, and they know when someone's just expensive.
Drafted in the first or second NFL rounds, and he was forced to wait into the 5th round. And yet, when he was drafted, he said he praised God, and he said all I needed was a chance. And
the Browns wanted to hide this story until preseason, but too late. It's already loud, already moving, and there's no stopping it now. And now the coaches have to make a decision. Ride the rookie with momentum, or cling to a contract that's getting harder to defend by the day. And now, all eyes are locked on one thing, the preseason. Because talk is cheap, practice film doesn't count on Sundays, and if Shedeur really wants to blow this wide open, he's got one shot. Show up under the lights and do it again.
The Cleveland Browns select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
The reaction in the draft hall says it all.
This is where all the talk gets put to the test. If Shedeur shows up under real pressure, big crowd, real game speed, the Browns can't hide behind depth charts or media spin anymore. They'll have to make a choice. But if he struggles, the story resets, the critics get louder, and the vets breathe a little easier. Either way, this game isn't about practice reps anymore. It's about proving who's really ready. And if Shedeur plays like he has all camp, the Browns won't just have a QB debate, they'll have a new QB.